and welcome back to the Lazy Girl's Kitchen. My name is Maggie, and today I'm going to share with you how I like to make my Asiago cheese bagels. I absolutely love Asiago cheese bagels. This really came as an inspiration from the Panera bagels because I was obsessed with them, so I decided to try making them on my own, and they're absolutely delicious. So let me take you through the list of ingredients. So to make this, what you're going to need is some honey, some active dry yeast. Back here I have some all-purpose flour, I have some salt, vegetable oil, warm water, and then back there I have the Asiago cheese. You're also going to be needing a little bit more honey for when we actually cook the bagels, but for right now this is all you're going to need. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to activate our dry yeast in our warm water. So you're going to take, actually I'm going to put the honey in first. So you're going to take your honey and you're going to add it to the water. Try to get it all out. Should have put oil in here first. That's usually my trick to getting the honey to just slide right out. That's okay. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our active dry yeast. Just gonna sprinkle it over the top, like so. Just gonna try to get it in there. And we're gonna put this to the side until it gets nice and frothy. And now we're gonna prep our flour. So into my flour, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some salt. This is good. And that'll really counteract the sweetness from the honey, and the saltiness is really gonna work well together. And I'm just gonna take a spatula. I'm just gonna give this a nice stir, get it incorporated. I'm gonna set this aside, and then I'll meet you back here when our yeast is ready. So while my yeast was getting nice and frothy, I took a big bowl and I just added some vegetable oil into it and kind of just smeared it over the side. I'm gonna put this aside because this is where the dough is gonna go to rise. So our mixture is nice and frothy, you could see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour the mixture into the flour, and then I'm gonna knead it in my standing mixer for about 8 to 10 minutes, or until it's really nicely comes together. If you don't have a standing mixer, by all means feel free to do this by hand. I'm just gonna take advantage in my standing mixer since it makes no difference to me. I don't think there's a difference in taste, so I'm gonna do that and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I had a minor change of plans. I actually had to knead my dough by hand because I couldn't find my dough hook attachment. So rather than spending 20 minutes looking for it, I just thought I would take 8 minutes to put this together. So basically what you're looking for is for your dough to no longer be sticky. So this is perfect. Feel free to add flour as you're doing it if you find that it's not coming together as quickly as you feel like it should, but it does take time. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into my oiled bowl. So I'm going to put it down and I'm going to flip it so that both sides are oiled. Okay, and then I'm going to cover this with a light kitchen towel. Make sure it's clean, and I'm going to put this in a warm place for 1 hour, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, so look at my dough. It has grown quite big, which is good. This is what you want. So you're going to deflate your dough with your hands, and then you're going to take it out. Actually, I'm just going to flour my work surface really quick so it won't stick to anything. And you're going to leave your kitchen towel to the side because you are going to need it one more time after we make our bagels, like the actual, cut out of it. Okay, so I'm going to roll this out. Oh, this dough is so beautiful to work with. I can't even tell you. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this nice and together so that I can make some balls of bagels. Okay. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so fluffy. I cannot wait. So this is what I do. Get it nice and smooth. So I'm gonna make 8. Just making sure. So 8. So this is what I do. cut the dough in half. Okay, so that will give you 2. Half again. And then each of those pieces and half again. Okay, so I have my 8 pieces, but we're still gonna work them a little bit, but I wanna show you. I took a baking sheet and I just lined it with some parchment paper because we're gonna place our bagels on those baking sheets. So I'm gonna show you how I do one, because to show you all 8, I don't wanna waste your time. So what I do is I kinda work it on the surface here to make sure that all the air bubbles are out. You don't want that. And then I just kinda work it for like a minute or so in my hands to get it into a nice little ball where all the dough comes together. And the reason I like to do it on my countertop rather than in my hands is because I find that if there's any air bubbles that I missed, the countertop's gonna kind of flatten them out. Okay, so then this is what I do. Put my finger in the middle and I just kind of work it like so. That's it. Flatten it out, and I'm gonna put this on my baking sheet. All right, I'm gonna continue to do the other 7 and then I'll meet you back here. So I rolled out all my bagels. I'm gonna cover them with my clean kitchen towel again, and then I'm gonna put them in a nice warm area again for 10 minutes, and then I'll meet you back here. But before we go away and put them away, you're gonna take a pot of water. So I did like a skillet with high sides. I filled it up with water, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add a tablespoon of honey into this. This is what we're gonna cook our bagels in before they go into the oven. So this is gonna go up to a boil, and then you're gonna turn it down to a simmer so that we can boil our bagels once we take them out from whatever warm area you have. So I would say about a tablespoon or so. And then at this time, you're gonna wanna preheat your oven to 425. So we'll meet you back here in about 10 minutes. So my water came up to a boil, so I turned it down to a simmer, and I got my bagels from my from their nice warm place. They did grow a little bit in size, so that's good. So what you're gonna do now is, I do this 2 at a time. You're gonna put your bagels into the hot water, and you're gonna let them cook for 1 minute on each side. Ooh, nice and soft. And this is gonna get them that like soft kind of chewy center that bagels typically get. So I'm gonna cook them for 1 minute on each side, and then I'll show you what to do to finish them off. So my bagels cooked for 1 minute on each side, so I'm gonna take them out and I'm gonna put them back on their baking sheet. Just kind of try to drain as much water out of them as you can. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add in another 2. But while the other 2 are cooking, I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do. So these are Asiago cheese bagels. I hope you guys can see. I'm gonna try to demonstrate it on this one. You're gonna take some vegetable oil, and you're gonna brush the tops of your bagels. And then, because these are Asiago cheese bagels, we're gonna sprinkle them with some Asiago cheese to your liking. I like kind of a lot of cheese. So I'm gonna do a little bit extra. So once all my bagels are fully cooked, not fully, but once I'm done cooking them in my hot water, I'm gonna go ahead and put them into my preheated oven for about 20 to 22 minutes, or until they're nice and golden brown. And I'll meet you back here so we can try them together as soon as they're cooled off. So I let my bagels cool completely, and then I waited to toast it to show you just how beautiful it is. So you could see the bottom is nice and toasty. I only did half the bagel. I don't know why, I just did half. But what I typically do is I let them cool completely, and then I put them in my freezer. I like put them in individual size baggies, and I pop them in my freezer, and then whenever I want a bagel, I take it out 10 minutes before I want to pop it into the toaster to get it a little bit thawed out. And then I have fresh bagels for the rest of the week. I mean, you could eat all 8 bagels at one time. I'm not here to judge. I'm sure at one time in my life I did. But whatever you want, you can keep them in your fridge for like a day or two, but I do recommend you keep them in your freezer if you're not planning on eating all 8 within a day or two. So let me give these a try. So I kind of smear mine with butter. I don't know, maybe it's like the European in me, I'm not sure. But I'm not crazy about cream cheese. I just like it with some butter and just warm. Oh, it's my favorite. So fresh, so delicious. The Asiago cheese is just like the cherry on top, if you will. It's just amazing. You have to head over to thelazygirlskitchen.com to make these. Keep them in your freezer and you're all set for breakfast, for lunch, whatever. You can make so much with these. So make sure you head over. Make sure you subscribe and give me a big thumbs up. I will see you guys next time. Bye.